Good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don back in here with you from the Southern Union State Community College Live Severe Weather Center, powered by Alpha Weather. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. We are watching a new severe thunderstorm that is prompting a tornado warning now. This is going to be in extreme northwest Elmore County near Deatsville. This is that same thunderstorm that prompted the tornado warning earlier for Otaugaville down in Autauga County. Has now moved into extreme northwest Elmore County near Deatsville, or just to the southwest of Titus, or to the northwest of Wetumpka, and it's moving to the northeast. So this is getting very close to our coverage counties in East Alabama. So we're going to spend a few minutes talking about this. We welcome those of you who are listening to us on God's Country and The Classic, our radio partners this afternoon across Central Alabama and East Alabama that have joined us via radio. All right, so we have a tornado watch that's in effect until 6 p.m. this evening, about another hour and 2 minutes for East Alabama, and a brand new tornado warning just issued by the National Weather Service. Bear with me just 1 second, and we're going to read the verbiage of this warning. The National Weather Service office in Birmingham has issued a tornado warning for East Central. Wait a minute, that's not the correct one. Oh, yes, it is. I'm sorry. The National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a tornado warning for East Central Autauga County in Central Alabama and northwestern Elmore County in East Central Alabama. This warning is in effect until 5:30 p.m. At 4:55, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Deatsville, or about 8 miles north of Millbrook, moving to the northeast at 40 miles per hour. Locations that may be impacted include Deatsville, Jordan Lake, Titus, and western Lake Martin. Hopeville would be in that as well. And if this were to stay together, probably would end up moving into Tallapoosa County down there in the southwestern corner. You folks in Dadeville want to pay very close attention to this storm, especially between Dadeville and Alexander City. This would probably stay a little bit south and east of Alexander City and a little bit west and north of Dadeville once it gets up into Tallapoosa County, if it holds together. But folks, understand these are cyclic supercell storms, meaning that they are pulsating. They will go through cycles, produce a tornado, and then it will weaken, and then sometime later it may produce another tornado. And that's what that's the MO of these storms this afternoon. We've seen it happen several times already. Copious amounts of rainfall all across East Alabama now. We'll start up here on the north end, and then we'll go back down there and watch that tornado warning. For you folks listening on radio, we're talking just massive amounts of water falling now all across Talladega, back into St. Clair, up into Calhoun, western portions of Cleburne County, Clay County, very heavy rainfall. Western Randolph receiving some very heavy rainfall. That extends down into northwest Tallapoosa County. There's an area there between Marcoot and up there around Goldville that we have very heavy rainfall occurring. Most of Chambers County, okay. You got some light rain on the western side of the county. Down here in Lee County, one small moderate shower there just south of Auburn along I-85, and then some light to moderate rain occurring down in Reeltown. But the big show right now, without question, is going to be this line of thunderstorms stretching from just south of Rockford on Highway 231 and just west of 231 all the way back down to Wetumpka and then back down to Montgomery. If you're in Wetumpka looking to the west, it looks very ominous. Same thing if you're up here in Seaman looking back to the southwest, it looks pretty ominous. Anywhere along Highway 231, really, from about Rockford all the way to Wetumpka and even into Montgomery. You just don't need to be on 231 right now. This is a tornado warning that remains in effect until 5:30 p.m., primarily for northwestern Elmore County. The storm is out of Autauga County now. It's already just passed Deatsville, so not a problem back in Autauga County. I'm just going to switch the radar around and look at a couple of different things here. All right, so there are some times for you. It's in the Holtville area now. Seaman in about 21 minutes. Equality in about 23. Fish Pond at about 35 minutes. Our Town about 37 minutes. Wind Creek State Park at about 40 minutes. If it makes it up into the Alexander City area, that would be in about 40 minutes from now. I think it stays a little bit to the southeast of Alexander City. And then Jackson Gap in about 51 minutes and Dadeville in about 52 minutes. Those are the expected times for this storm. So again, we welcome those of you who are listening to us on WJHO and WFAZ, listening to us on the radio this afternoon. If you're traveling around the area, if you're down in Coosa County, anywhere in Talladega County, you got some very heavy rainfall. Nothing severe up there in Talladega or Clay for the moment. Nothing severe in Coosa. The only severe weather we have is down here in northwestern Elmore County that's moving to the northeast, moving up into our coverage area. So if you're going to be out there on the roadways, though, please slow down, drive with care, watch out for water on the roadways. Ponding is going to be a real issue. Some of the creeks and streams are certainly going to come out of their banks this afternoon, as anywhere between 2 and 4 inches of rain certainly going to be possible by the time this is all said and done. So be real careful if you're out there driving around this afternoon. So the National Weather Service has canceled the tornado watch for Chilton. They have canceled the tornado watch. Make sure I'm reading this correctly. They have canceled the tornado watch for Chilton, Clay, Dallas, Jefferson, Randolph, Shelby, St. Clair, and Talladega. So, the northern extent, there it goes, it just switched. The northern extent of the tornado watch has just been canceled. So that's good news for you folks up here in Talladega County, Clay County, Randolph County. You have been removed from the tornado watch. We continue the tornado watch for Autauga, Barber, Bullock, Chambers, Coosa, Elmore, Lee, Lowndes, Macon, Montgomery, Pike, Russell, and Tallapoosa until 7 p.m. And we have a tornado debris signature. And the National Weather Service is continuing the tornado warning for Elmore County. We have a confirmed tornado located over Weoka Mills, or 10 miles northwest of Wetumpka, moving north at 40 miles per hour. All right, so this is a very dangerous situation, and we're going to go in a little bit closer on it. We have a tornado debris signature, which means that we now have a confirmed tornado. Just crossed over 111. That's 111 right there. And this is where your tornado is located. And here are the times. Looking downstream Equality in about 19 minutes. Fish Pond in about 30 minutes. Our Town, Wind Creek State Park, the southwestern corner of Lake Martin, in about 32 minutes. If it holds together, Alexander City in about 40 minutes and Jackson Gap in about 47 minutes. So let me look around at a couple of different products. Yeah, that would be your tornado right there, just to the south of Titus. So we're going to cross 231 just south of the Elmore County, Coosa County line. Just to the southwest of Equality is where this storm is going to pass over 231. So if you're in this area, you need to go to your safe place. That would be on the lowest floor of your home or business. In the center of that lowest floor of your home or business, you want to carry protective items with you that will help you in the event that there is flying debris. That would include cushions off of your couch, mattresses, baby bed mattress, a futon mattress, blankets, pillows. You want to make sure that you have helmets, and this is not just for children, this is for adults also. Bicycle helmets are a good idea. You want to make sure you have on hard-soled shoes. You want to make sure you carry something in there with you that will allow you to make a loud noise in the event that you are covered by debris so that you can be located by rescue folks. And you want to make sure, of course, you have your cell phone, flashlight, and if you can, if you have time to carry bottled water in there with you, do that as well. These are all things you really should have in your safe place already. If you're in a mobile home, you do not need to stay there. You need to have an evacuation process planned out well in advance of severe weather so that you have somewhere safe to go. Manufactured homes are fantastic, but they are no match for severe weather, and you need to have a place to go. If you're in an automobile, and if you're anywhere on Highway 231 between Wetumpka and well, really Rockford or Hanover. If you're anywhere between Hanover and Wetumpka on 231, you need to go find a place of shelter. Do not travel up into the northern sections there of Elmore County. Let this storm cross over 231. We have a debris signal coming from the radar, so we know we have a tornado on the ground. So we know it's causing damage. And your automobile is no match for a tornado. So don't drive in the area there on Highway 231 or any of the county roads in that particular area of extreme north and northwest Elmore County. And so you folks up here in Equality, which is in extreme southeastern Coosa County, need to be going to their safe place as well. You're right there on the edge of the polygon, but if this thing holds together, it's coming directly at the Equality area. So you need to go ahead and take that, take those precautionary measures there in the Equality area. Maybe it's going to stay just a shade bit north of Equality, but I wouldn't take any chances on that. So let's go back. Let me look at a couple of other things while we're here. See, yeah, there's your debris right there, just southeast of Titus. That is debris. There's no question about that. We have a tornado that is causing damage. The arrow is about where the tornado is now. We're talking about Seaman in 13 minutes, Equality in 15 minutes, Fish Pond about 26 minutes, Our Town in 28 minutes, Wind Creek State Park. We had damage there last year. Of course, a camper is not a place you want to be with this storm coming in. Go to the bathhouse. If you're staying at the Wind Creek State Park, you know where the designated evacuation areas are for safety during severe weather. So that's where you want to go, and you need to be doing that right now. Don't wait any longer. So if you're at Wind Creek State Park, you need to go to your evacuation points, and you need to go there now. Alexander City, about 35 minutes. You know, and I'm a little cautious there because This storm probably is not going to move directly over Alexander City. It most likely would be a little bit south of Alexander City if it holds together. That's still a pretty good ways out. So if you're in Alexander City, pay close attention to what's going on. I don't think you need to go to your safe place just yet. Back to the reflectivity. Let's go back to the relative velocity. All right, there we go. So the National Weather Service is continuing the tornado warning. It is observed. This is for Elmore County until 5:30. At 5:11, a confirmed tornado was located over Weoka Mills, or 10 miles southwest of Equality, moving to the northeast at 40. It is crossing over Lake Jordan as we speak. And that right there, you can see it's crossing 231 right now. And that's going to be southwest of Equality where it's crossing over 231. Let's go back to the, look at that, would you? There's no question we have those are trees. That's trees being lofted up into the atmosphere there just to the east of Titus. Circulation right here crossing over 431 and damage occurring up there just to the north and northwest quadrant of that center of circulation. So we know for a fact we have damage occurring up here crossing over 231 right along the Elmore County, Coosa County line. If you're up here in Equality, or if you're anywhere between 231 and Equality in southern Coosa County, extreme northern Elmore County, you need to be in your safe place now. The time has come. It's time to go to the lowest floor of your home or place of business. In the center of that lowest floor, whether it be a hallway, closet, bathroom, you need to be there now. Carry pillows, cushions, a mattress, baby bed mattress, futon mattress, blankets, anything you can carry into that room that will soften the blow of falling debris, you need to carry with you. And make sure your family's in there as well. If you know someone who lives in this area, call them and make sure that they are aware of what is going on here. Again, Elmore County is not officially one of our coverage counties, but we pay a lot of attention to Elmore County. And we have a lot of folks down there that watch us because we pay attention to them, because that's where our weather typically comes from in East Alabama. Now, Coosa, Tallapoosa, and Chambers, as well as Lee, continues under the tornado watch until 7 p.m. this evening. Up here in Talladega, Clay, Randolph, you have been canceled from the tornado watch, and there's a reason why. Look at all this heavy rain up here. This is stabilizing the atmosphere, so there's not much of a threat of severe weather in Talladega, Clay, Randolph, Cleburne, and that would extend on over into Georgia as well. Heavy rain beginning to start now in Roanoke, up there around Woodland, Wedowee. Looking back into Clay County, just heavy rainfall from Delta all the way back down to around Lineville, and that stretches back down to just north of Alexander City. Maybe even a little hail there around Lineville, about a 10% chance we could have some hail. But just copious amounts of rain falling up here in these counties. 2 to 4 inches of rain certainly possible before this is all over with. And then the severe weather picks up down here in Coosa County around Kellyton, and then stretches all the way down to around Wetumpka and Montgomery, and that one area there where we have a tornado warning in northern Elmore County. All is quiet over in our West Georgia counties at the moment. All of this is moving your way, though. But the good news is the severe weather threat has lessened on the north end of our coverage area this afternoon, hence the reason the Storm Prediction Center has canceled the tornado watch for Talladega, Clay, and Randolph. Wetumpka, you're under severe thunderstorm warning. Have a question up there in the room about Wetumpka. You've got a nasty cell moving over you right now, but it does not appear to be producing a tornado. But certainly straight line damaging winds, very heavy rainfall, lightning, and maybe some small hail. Certainly all possible down here in Wetumpka. And that's where most of the lightning is. Now, we've got some smaller lightning strikes that are not really showing up on radar up here in some of this heavy rain. But this storm system is not a tremendous lightning producer, which is a little surprising, to be quite honest with you. So here comes a new severe thunderstorm warning. The National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Elmore County in east central Alabama, east central Lowndes County in south Alabama, Macon County in southeast Alabama, Tallapoosa County in east central Alabama, northern Montgomery in south central Alabama, and southeastern Coosa County in east central Alabama. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 6:15 p.m. At 5:16 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Speed to Sandtuck to near Emerald Mountain to near Danley Field, moving to the northeast at around 50 miles per hour. The hazard with this line of thunderstorms is 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. It is radar indicated. Some of the towns in the path of this storm include Montgomery, Alexander City, Tuskegee, Wetumpka, Tallahassee, Dadeville, Camp Hill, Notasulga, Haneyville, Rockford, Kellyton, Equality, Millstead, Pike Road, Eclectic, Jackson's Gap, New Site, Shorter, Franklin, and Waverly. Now, that is in addition to the tornado warning. So we got two things going on here. The National Weather Service is warning for this entire line of thunderstorms. And then we have an individual tornado warning for an embedded tornado right there in extreme northern Elmore County. Let's go back down and let's see if this thing maybe doesn't look as significant. Oh, it does. You can still see it pretty good right there. So this is just southwest of Equality. Here are some times. We're talking about Seaman in 4 minutes, Equality in 6 minutes, Fish Pond in about 18. Our town there on Lake Martin in about 20 minutes. You got about 23 minutes until impact there at Wind Creek State Park. If it makes it into Alexander City, 27 minutes, Jackson Gap 34, and New Site in about 46 minutes. But again, folks, understand these storms this afternoon are cyclic supercells, which means they pulse. They go through cycles. They ramp up, produce a tornado, and then they weaken. And we're watching to see if that's the case on this particular storm here. But there's no question we have, there we go, last volume scan. Let's go back out where we can see there's Seaman right there. All right, so the storm, the tornado is just west of Seaman and just southwest of Equality. So it's going to cross Highway 9 right there at Equality. Equality and just to the north, up there just north of where 259 and Highway 9 split, just north of downtown Equality is about where this storm is going to pass over. Let me see if we can get the let me give you some road names here. This is in extreme southern Coosa County, Austin Mill Road, Tower Road, County Road 2, County Road 67. It is moving over County Road 67 right now. Bethesda Road, of course, State Route 9. So your tornado is right there. And It's moving to the northeast. And we can put that in motion and give you a general idea of the track on this thing. If those of you watching us on social media, if you'll look for the real bright green, the dark green, and the red, where they all kind of come together right there. So that's your track. Well, where the arrow is, just to the right of the arrow, is where the tornado is going to be. And so it's crossing County Road 67 right now. Just to the west of Equality. Folks, I know a lot of you are asking questions about particular spots. I can assure you the only life-threatening weather we have right now is what I'm showing you, Equality. In the Equality area of extreme southern Coosa County. The rest of you is getting extremely heavy rainfall. And I'll give you an update in just a few minutes on what I think is going to happen for the rest of the afternoon. But right now, we have a very dangerous situation here. The Weather Service has expired the tornado warning for Elmore County. That makes sense because the storm is now out of Elmore County. It's in extreme southern or southeastern Coosa County near Equality. We're waiting to see what they're going to do with this warning. I'll tell you, the signature is not quite as good as it was. I do not see a debris signature anymore. Yeah, there it is. Well, not a debris signature, but there's your gate-to-gate shear. So no question. The marker is up here, but this actually looks a little more significant. If you're anywhere west or southwest of Equality, you need to be in Quality, you need to be in your safe place right now. I'd put the tornado right there. And it is moving in that general direction. Sorry about that, Gabby. You have to understand, I'm an old radio guy, and probably was a little bit loud, and I apologize for that. I'm an old radio guy. I can't do silence. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. We can cut it down just a little bit. All right, so with that last volume scan, we've got what's left of this storm there just north of Equality crossing over. Hang on just 1 second. Let me get this off. Crossing over Highway 9, really right there just north of where 259 and 9 split. So putting the reflectivity back on, I got to tell you, the signature just doesn't look anything like it did at one time down here at all. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's covering this entire line. And no question, the heaviest part of this line is from just south of Equality and, just south of Kalijah and stretches back down to the south and east. just to the west of Tallahassee. That appears to be where the heaviest part of this storm is now. So Highway 229 there, just our Highway 63, really from just south of Alexander City all the way down to Kalijah, and then stretching back down toward Tallahassee and down to 85 and to the west is where the heaviest part of this storm is currently. And let's see. Can give you some times here. All right, so those are the areas that would expect to see the heaviest part of this storm. And it does stretch up into Chambers County, all the way back down into southern and central Tallapoosa, and also back into Coosa. Here are the times. Eclectic in about 5 minutes. This is the thunderstorm now. This is not a tornado. This is for the severe thunderstorm warning. Eclectic in about 5 minutes. Tallahassee in about 2. Dadeville in about 17 minutes. Jackson Gap in about 17. Notasulga in 18 minutes. Camp Hill 23. Waverly 27 minutes. Buxton 30 minutes. Frog Eye in about 37 minutes, and Lafayette about 45 minutes from now is when you would expect this line of thunderstorms to move into your area. And yes, the answer question about Daviston, is this coming in your general direction? It is. We're just kind of really waiting to see what the Weather Service is going to do with this tornado warning. They've just gone dormant on me. I have not seen any kind of update in about 10 minutes. They did cancel it for Elmore County, and quite honestly, I don't see much left of that possible tornado there in Elmore County. But we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that covers this entire line, basically from out. Oh, we've got a brand new tornado warning just coming. This is going to be for Alexander City, folks. So this is going to be for a tornado warning. Let me get the verbiage of this up. National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Coosa and Tallapoosa County. At 5:29 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Nicksburg or near Equality, moving to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. So this is that same storm that we've been dealing with for the last hour or so. So here's some times for you. I don't like that track. Well, that's the only one they're going to give us. On this track, it's still going to stay a little bit south of Alexander City. It's going to take the track that we talked about earlier. We have a new tornado warning that's just issued, so things getting pretty busy here. All right, so tornado warning. If you're in the following locations, you need to go to your safe place. Our Town within 8 minutes. Jackson Gap in about 20 minutes. Buxton in 34. We are talking Daviston in about 38 minutes and Frog Eye in about 40 minutes. So if I just mentioned your name, if you live in those communities, you need to go ahead and get ready to go to your safe place. And then that's on warning number 1. Warning number 2 is for the southern storm. And this is going to be for Camp Hill in 25 minutes, Waverly in 27 minutes, Tiger Corner in 37 minutes, Oak Bowery 39 minutes, Chambers Academy in about 44 minutes, and if the storm holds together, Lafayette in about 46 minutes. So we have twin tornado warnings now for portions of eastern Coosa, western Tallapoosa, and northern Elmore counties, northeastern Elmore County, as these storms move off to the east and to the northeast. So I'm going to go back and read the verbiage on both of these for you right quick. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 6:15 That's for the broad area. Let me get to the tornado warning. All right, so a tornado warning has been issued for northern Tallapoosa County in east central Alabama, southeastern Coosa County in east central Alabama until 6:15. At 5:29 p.m., just a couple of minutes ago, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Nicksburg or near Equality, moving to the northeast at 45. Locations impacted by this storm could include Alexander City, Dadeville, Jackson Gap, New Site, Goldville, Hillaby Creek, eastern Lake Martin, Cottage Grove, northern Lake Martin, Highway 9 and Highway 22, Wind Creek State Park, western Lake Martin, Daviston, Fish Pond, Horseshoe Bend National Park, and Horseshoe Bend. Now, that's on the northern storm. Let's see if we can grab the verbiage on the southern storm. And this is a tornado warning for northeastern Elmore County and central Tallapoosa County until 6:15. At 5:29 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Kent, or 8 miles northwest of Tallahassee, moving to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. Locations in the path of this storm include Dadeville, Camp Hill, Eclectic, Waverly, Martin Dam, Southern Lake Martin, Kalijah Bridge, Stillwaters Resort, Western Lake Martin, Eastern Lake Martin, Maxwell Gunner Recreation Area, Blue Creek Marina, and Yates Reservoir. So sirens are blaring down here in Tallapoosa, extreme northeastern Elmore, and over here in western or southwestern Coosa County, as we have possibly two different tornadoes moving off to the east-northeast. Let me go back to the base velocity, and I'll show you. Let's start up here on the northern storm. And so this tornado will be crossing over 259 right there at the Coosa County, Tallapoosa County line, just south of Highway 22. So you can see that if this storm takes its current track, it is probably going to stay just a little bit to the south of Alexander City. That's not a very straight line, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. In that the storm's probably going to cross over 280 down here just to the east of where you turn to go down to Lake Martin. And that's where it would cross over 280. And then if we go, there we go. Then if we go down here to the northern storm, and we're going to have to take that. If you go down here to the northern storm and draw to the northeast, we're looking at more of a Dadeville approach. So the northern storm is going to move across 280 just southeast of Alexander City. And the southern storm, most likely, well, there's actually another marker showing up now. That's going to be more of a Camp Hill. So anywhere from Waverly to Alexander City on 280, you do not need to be traveling. Let's just do it that way. It's just bad weather from Alexander City, really from Kellyton to Alexander City to Jackson Gap to Dadeville to Camp Hill all the way down to Waverly. You do not want to be in that area. All right, so let me go. This southern storm actually looks like the stronger of the two. We got a TVS on that southern storm. We're not getting a TVS on the northern storm. So down here around Bama Park is where one would expect the possible rotation to be at this time. Go back to the reflectivity and zoom out just a little bit so you folks can kind of get your bearings on where all this is happening. Pretty much eastern Coosa County, northeastern Elmore, all of Tallapoosa County, with the emphasis north of Tallahassee up to Alexander City, all the way back down to Waverly. You need to be going to your safe place. That would be on the lowest floor in your home or business, in the center of that lowest floor. And make sure you carry items with you to help protect you from falling debris. Mattress, blankets, pillows, bicycle helmets, football helmets. Make sure you have on hard-soled shoes. And, of course, make sure you take your phone with you and have some way of getting someone's attention, whether that be a whistle or a compressed can of air. These are all good ideas to carry with you into your safe place. If you live in a mobile home, you need to get out. You need to find somewhere safe to go. Hopefully you've already done that, and hopefully you've already evacuated your mobile home. If you haven't, then you need to. It's just not a safe place to be inside of a mobile home. So you need to make plans to have a place to go during times of severe weather. Just extremely heavy rainfall up here in Talladega, Clay, and Randolph, up into Cleburne. Moderate rain beginning to fall there, and Wedowee down to Roanoke, back over toward Franklin. Nothing severe going on up here. As a matter of fact, you have been removed from the tornado watch. And then our counties down here in the purple have been extended out to 7 p.m. But now we have two different areas that we are seeing rotation in. All right, let me go over here and take a look at a couple of things. Tornado warning continues for Coosa, Elmore, Lowndes, Montgomery, Macon. Or severe thunderstorm warning continues for Coosa, Elmore, Lowndes, Macon, Montgomery, and Tallapoosa. I was just looking to see if we had any updates on the warning, and I do not see any. We have some more. They're extending the tornado watch again. I think that's probably going to be to the south down here, down into the Dothan area. But again, we're here because of two tornado warnings we currently have in place and a severe thunderstorm warning, pretty much for the same area. And there's just, let me take the reflectivity off for a second because we've got so much going on here. I know it's hard to see. And let's see here. Let's take the severe thunderstorm warning off. Now, that's just your areas that are under the tornado warning. And so we are talking about arrival. It's over our town now. Jackson Gap in about 11 minutes. This is the northern storm. Budston in about 24. Daviston in about 28. Frog Eye in about 30 minutes. If it holds together, Abanda in 37. Pennon in 38. And then Clacksville in 42 minutes. Dickert, and then 5 Points in 46 minutes. Again, folks, if it holds together. And then let's go down here and look at the southern storm. Camp Hill in 15 minutes, Waverly in 18, Tiger Corner in 27 minutes, Oak Bowery in 29, Chambers Academy in about 35 minutes, Lafayette in 37 minutes, Buffalo in 39 minutes, Casita in about 39 minutes, and then Hughley in about 46 minutes. Those are the expected arrival times if these storms hold together. Let me take you down to street level on this storm south of Alexander City. And this would be your storm, your tornado right about here. And it's moving in this general direction. So we're going to cross 280 between Alexander City and Jackson Gap. And let me go to give you some road names here. And this is the general area where the storm is now or quickly approaching. Dean Road, Turtleneck Road, Coven Abbott Highway, Dadeville Road. Of course, there's 280. Lake Hill Drive, Elks Parkway. These are just some reference points of where we expect the storm to cross 280. Williams Road, Forest Hill Lane. All right, so the National Weather Service continues the tornado warning for Tallapoosa County until 6:15 at 5:41 p.m. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over southern Lake Martin, or 8 miles southwest of Dadeville, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. So that is the area we're talking about right now. And then let's go down here and talk about the southern storm. The National Weather Service cancels the tornado warning for Coosa County and continues the tornado warning for Tallapoosa until 6:15. At 5:41 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Wind Creek State Park or near Alexander City. That would be south of Alexander City, moving to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. That's right there. And then this is your southern storm. So the southern storm threat is for Dadeville, between Dadeville and Camp Hill, and the northern storm threat is between Alexander City and Jackson's Gap. Now let's go back to the reflectivity. And there you go. If you are in Alexander, or if you're in Tallapoosa County, south of Alexander City, from just south of Alexander City all the way to south of Dadeville, down here around Camp Hill, you want to be in your safe place. This storm is moving, two different possible tornadoes moving to the northeast. Now, what does that mean for you folks over here in Chambers, up here in Randolph County? You certainly need to be weather aware. Just because you're not under a tornado warning up here in Randolph or Clay or Chambers doesn't mean that you don't need to pay attention to this. We don't have a tornado watch in effect up here. Chambers is under a tornado watch, but Randolph or Clay, either one are. But that doesn't mean anything. These tornadoes don't go to the county line and say, oh, wait a minute, they're not under watch, I can't go there. That's not the way this works. So you got to start paying attention to this if you're up here south of Mellow Valley and Clay County. If you're anywhere in southern Randolph, if you're anywhere in southern and central Chambers, you got to start paying attention to this. Go ahead and prepare to go to your safe place in the event that any of these counties downstream go under a warning. And that would be southwest Clay, all of southern Randolph, all of northern and central Chambers County. You need to be prepared. So go ahead, if you haven't already, and I hope that you have, go ahead and make sure you know where your safe place is on the lowest floor of your home or business, preferably in the center of that floor, in a hallway, a bathroom, a closet, and make sure you carry something with you to soften blow from falling debris, such as cushions off of a couch, a mattress, pillows, blankets, anything that you can cover up with that would help soften the blow from falling construction debris. You also want to make sure that you have a helmet for the children and for the adults. Bicycle, football, doesn't matter what kind of helmet, just anything to protect your head. No, there is no tornado warning. There's no tornado warning for Randolph County. I just noticed somebody posting up there. It's not close to downtown Roanoke. There's no tornado in downtown Roanoke or Randolph County. The possible tornado, is crossing over Highway 280 just to the south and southeast of Alexander City. And another one is about to cross over 280 between Dadeville and Camp Hill. That's nowhere near downtown Roanoke. So that's some bad information. Now, if these storms continue moving northeast, there is the possibility that they could end up in Randolph County. That's why I'm telling you to be ready to go to your safe place in the event that southeastern Clay, southern Randolph, or Chambers County were to go under a tornado warning. Hughley and Lynette over there on I-85, you still got a while. I mean, this storm's coming your way. The tornadic part of it would probably go north of you, but the line as a whole is moving off to the east. You may have very well received a warning up in Randolph, but it's not for Randolph County. At least if it is, they have not pushed it out to the media yet because it's not showing up on anything. And I'm in the chat room with the National Weather Service, and they have not posted it in their own chat room. So I'm not sure. I've had a couple of people say they've gotten a warning for Randolph County. I don't see a warning for Randolph County. I think there's a decent chance one may be coming, but I don't see it just yet. Lafayette, you probably got 30 minutes. Pennon, yeah, I'd be ready to go to my safe place. Frog Eye, be ready to go to your safe place. If you're anywhere, let me do it this way. If you are anywhere inside that orange, yellow circle that I just circled, if you're anywhere inside that orange circle there, you need to, if you're inside the flashing red, you should already be in your safe place. Outside of the flashing red, if you're inside the yellow circle, you need to be ready to go to your safe place. See, folks, this is why it's so important to understand where you are on a map, because that's the reference points. That's how all of this works. You need to know where you're located. So basically from Camp Hill to Lafayette, back up here to almost to Franklin, back over to Wedowee, back down to Mellow Valley, and then back down to just south of Alexander, or just east of Alexander City, is the area under threat right now from these storms. And we just lost the tornado warnings, both of them. So that is good. So hang on, let me clear this off of the board. We just lost not only the tornado warnings, but we lost the severe thunderstorm warning as well. Let me just read the text of it to you. The National Weather Service has canceled both of the tornado warnings for Tallapoosa County. Okay. So I'm just reading some verbiage in here, and you folks who have weather radios that went off in Lee, Chambers, and Randolph, your weather radios did go off, and they should not have unless you have them programmed also for Tallapoosa County. They inadvertently went off, but it was not. Okay, Clay County also went off. So folks understand, I'm in a room with the meteorologist and the National Weather Service. I'm sitting here reading the text that they're talking back and forth. You can't get it any faster than you get it right here on Dr. Don's Weather. I'm literally watching the lead meteorologist issue the warnings as they issue them, and they give us a heads up before they even push the button. So what they're talking about here, there was a problem with the INWS. That's a fancy term as an acronym for the way they send the warnings and stuff out. So it apparently set off the radios in the entire region for the Tallapoosa and Coosa County tornado warning. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It lets you know what's coming from downstream. But if you're not paying very close attention, you'll think that warning is for you when indeed it was for a county to your southwest. So that's what happened. A while ago, we had several folks say, no, there's not a tornado warning for Clay County. There are no tornado warnings out there right now at all. We just lost all of the tornado warnings. So, yep, weather radios, they're electronics, they're computers. Even though it wasn't the radio's fault, sometimes things don't work as well as they should. But all of the warnings have been canceled, including the severe thunderstorm warning. Now, I got to tell you, you still got just incredible amounts of rainfall up there on I-20, up in Cleburne County, stretching all the way back down into northwest Randolph, back over toward Ashland, down to the mountain community, and then on into Tallapoosa County, especially over there on the eastern side of Tallapoosa County, stretching down to just near Waverly. And then that continues on down south of Tallahassee, back into southern and southeastern Elmore County, and then right across central Montgomery County. Just incredible rainfall amounts occurring right there. You don't want to be driving in this. If you're down here in Auburn and you've got to go to Alexander City or Sylacauga or Birmingham, you want to stay put right now. And let this line of storms pass by you. You do not want to drive into this stuff up here around Waverly. I'm telling you, you will not be able to see. It's extremely dangerous. You'll have to pull over anyway. So the best idea here is just stay put down here in Auburn and let this stuff pass you. It'll be gone in 30 or 40 minutes. I could think of multiple things I could do in Auburn to pass the time. 45 minutes to an hour. A lot of great places to eat. A lot of historic places to go see while you're in Auburn. So plenty to do down there. And let this storm pass before you try to travel up 280 because it's just dangerous. You don't want to do that. I wouldn't even travel 85, even though it's clear at the moment. By the time you get down here just past Tuskegee, it's going to be a mess down here in Montgomery as well. Just not a good night to be out there on the highways in East Alabama or West Georgia. But the encouraging news, the great news here is we just lost all of our severe warnings. No more tornado warnings and no more severe thunderstorm warnings, even though a tornado watch does continue until 7 p.m. for Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, and Lee County in our coverage area. It does not cover any of our West Georgia counties at the moment. So I'm going to allow our radio stations to break away if they haven't already. I'm going to pause for just a moment and give them a chance to go back to regular programming, and then I'll come back and take a look at the chat room, answer any questions you may have, and we'll talk a little bit more about this weather. But for now, across most of our coverage area with God's Country and the Classic, the severe weather threat has ended for now. With the exception of Coosa, Tallapoosa, and Elmore, where Tornado Watch continues until 7 p.m. You've been listening to severe weather coverage on God's Country and the Classic from Dr. Don's Weather. folks, welcome back. We go a little more informal now. Our radio stations have gone back to regular programming, and we just sit around chit-chat and talk about things. And, yeah, this is your chance to ask questions, weather-related or not weather-related. We don't talk about all kind of stuff on here. So question from Miss Vivian. What about, she says EMS. I'm thinking that she means EMA, calling her house phone. That's an automated thing that was probably triggered by that tornado warning that was issued for Tallapoosa County. It is bad outside. It is raining very heavily. You got lots of lightning and thunder, and it's gusty out. Winds are gusty outside. Ms. Vivian says she's just going to stay in the tub until she's sure that we're all out of it. I can tell you that the warning has been canceled by the National Weather Service. I can tell you that the radar is no longer showing a threat of a tornado in Tallapoosa County. And I can also tell you it's still storming pretty good outside. It's just that it appears that we have lost the tornado threat in the last 10 minutes or so. Woodland, Alabama, you finna get some rain. It finna rain in Woodland. Y'all finna get washed down real good up in Woodland, Alabama, up on the hill. But at the moment, we don't see anything threatening right now. We have no warnings in effect. 431 for Roanoke AL warnings. Not really sure what that's supposed to mean. Other than there are no warnings in effect anywhere across East Alabama and West Georgia at the moment. We're going to keep an eye on this, but I can tell you that these storms are doing pretty much what I thought they would do. We are referring to them as ciclet supercells. That means that they go in cycles, but now the storm, the leading edge of the storm system is getting into East Alabama, where the atmosphere has been raked over pretty good by rain, especially from Chambers and Tallapoosa County north. We've had heavy rainfall occurring in Talladega, Clay, and especially the western side of Randolph and northern Randolph. That's been ongoing now for several hours. And when you have heavy rainfall like that, it stabilizes the atmosphere. So that tornado threat should be much less up there in Talladega, Clay, Randolph, Cleburne, even over into Hurd and Carroll. And then we maintain at least a slight risk of severe weather, including tornadoes, for Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, and Lee. And that may get extended over into Troup and Harris, and even down into Muskogee County and Chattahoochee County as we go throughout the afternoon. We'll wait and see. We just lost the tornado watch for Autauga, Coosa, and Lowndes. So Coosa County, you are no longer under a tornado watch. The tornado watch continues for Barber, Bullock, Chambers, Elmore, Lee, Macon, Montgomery, Pike, and Russell, and Tallapoosa until 7 p.m. So, and what's happening here, as this line of storms that you can see right here, as this line of storms passes your area, and you get back on the backside back here where the yellows start to pop up and the reds go away, once you get on the backside of this line, the threat for severe weather is no longer with you. So this area here is what we're really concerned about. And as it moves off to the east, we'll start to see more and more locations cleared from the tornado watch. Tallapoosa, you're under the tornado watch until we get this stuff out of the southeastern corner of your county, and then Tallapoosa County will be released. And then Elmore County, you got a little threat down there in the southeastern corner of your county. Once it gets on into Russell County, your county will be released. Lee and Chambers will stay under the tornado watch. Of all the counties that remain, Chambers and Lee will remain under the watch the longest because they still got to deal with this line of storms as it moves through. So that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. Taylor's Crossroads in the house. Thank you, Tiffany. As Chief Caldwell. Good afternoon. Actually, I guess it's good evening. Well, Terry, I don't know what to tell you. You're looking at it directly from the National Weather Service, and we have not received any warnings for Randolph, Chambers, or Lee. We'll watch and see if it populates, but we're not seeing it here. There's been some weird stuff going on this afternoon on the data side of things, which really has become more and more of an issue the last several times we've had severe weather. And, folks, I got to tell you, I'm just going to have to do this. I probably shouldn't. But you know me. I'll get myself in trouble every chance I get. This is not a dig at the guys and gals that work at the National Weather Service offices. They do a phenomenal job. I'm good friends with several of them, both in Atlanta, Birmingham. They're phenomenal folks. They do a phenomenal job, but they're not given the tools they need to do the job that they really need to do. And data flow, bandwidth, internet is one of the big topics that our National Weather Service offices all across this country are battling right now with the federal government. Your current administration is just not providing the tools that these guys and gals need to provide the information to you safely with fail-safe systems in place. I'll just leave it at that. So any chance you get to talk to one of your representatives, either at the state level or the federal level, encourage them to watch out after the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration folks, the NOAA folks, the National Weather Service. Tell your representatives that these areas do not need to be cut. The funding does not need to be taken away from your National Weather Service offices. They do a good job with what they have to work with, but they're shorthanded because of COVID, and they, quite honestly, in some areas don't have the funding to maintain the technology at the level that it needs to be able to get information out. And sometimes we see these data hiccups. Everything works fine until we need it, and then we start seeing problems popping up everywhere in data. And I'm again, I see absolutely yeah, well, I'm not so sure that's valid, though, is the problem. All right, so now the text is coming across. That was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes ago. We are seeing a severe thunderstorm. Let me check one other spot here. Y'all just bear with me here. The last thing I want to do is give you bad information. I'm not doubting what anybody's saying, but until it populates on this end. But now I am beginning to get some data here. Let's see if this will show me what I need to see. Oh, that's Southwest Alabama. Okay. All right. So here it is. And it still hasn't populated. I'm pulling it off a different source. The National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Lee County in east central Alabama, southern Randolph County in east central Alabama, Macon County in southeastern Alabama, Chambers County in east central, and Russell County in southeastern Alabama until 7:15 p.m. That would be 7:15 Central. That's right. At 5:52, severe thunderstorms are located along a line extending from near Hillaby Creek to near Camp Hill to near Waverly to near Tysonville, moving to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. So let's go back over. Yep, there it comes. So there you go. And I apologize to the viewer that was watching us that was saying it was scrolling on the bottom of the screen out of Columbus. For some reason, and they're talking about it in the chat room, some media outlets got the warning and some did not. All right, so that's what's going on. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning. I'll tell you, you folks up here in Randolph County, that little piece that's coming into Roanoke right now is not severe. There's a little bit of piece of energy over here around Mellow Valley that's moving due east. If any of this is severe on the north end, it would be that piece. So Wadley, Southern Union, you want to watch what's coming at you from the west. Zoom in tight on that. From the mountain community, so between 77 and the mountain community, there's a small, heavy piece of that storm right there that'll move on over into Randolph County. This stuff out of here on 22 around Dickard, that's not severe. All right, and then so we'll go down the line and we'll see that this the line really gets heavy as we get down here just west of Lafayette. And that will continue off down to the southwest, to just west of Auburn, down here around Lochapoka, and then really pretty much running parallel to I-85 all the way back to Montgomery. So what they're doing is they are doing a blanket warning for all counties along and ahead of this line of thunderstorms that's moving through East Alabama at this hour. We do not see a tornado threat in there, and the hail threat is pretty low. Just checking a couple of hail markers there, only about a 10% chance. And not a tremendous amount of lightning either. We're talking 36 strikes in the last 2 minutes across this region of East Alabama. So that's it right there. We do have a low-end severe thunderstorm risk. A warning has been issued for southern Randolph, central and eastern Tallapoosa, though I got to tell you, in Tallapoosa, the only heavy weather that remains there is going to be down from Tallahassee back up to around Waverly or Camp Hill. And then pretty much western and central Chambers County, and then that stretches back down into southeastern Elmore and eastern Montgomery County. So, Terry, thank you for giving me that information, because I really wouldn't have dug much deeper unless you had posted that, because, well, we rely on this stuff, and most of the time it does a pretty good job. Yeah, that is correct, Joe. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning. It's the extreme southern portions of Randolph. Joe, you're over there toward the river, around the Corinth community, and you've got one heavy cell right there. It's small. But you got that one heavy cell over in extreme southeastern Clay that's going to rotate right over the Wadley, Corinth, Malone, Almond, Malone area. And after that passes, you don't have anything to worry about. And it really doesn't look that severe on radar, but they're warning for it, so we're going to go with it. Yeah, we'll watch it over the next couple of volume scans to see what it does there. Thank you, Cindy. We appreciate it. Shannon, I thank you for the kind words up there on Potash Ridge. So if you're just joining us, I will reset things. It's 6:10, 6:11 Central on February 3rd, 2022. This has turned into a long-duration event, quite honestly. I didn't expect this afternoon. And but here we are. This is our third live broadcast this afternoon. We had a couple of tornado warnings earlier. We had tornado warnings as close as Tallapoosa County just about 45 minutes ago. And then the tornado warnings were replaced with severe thunderstorm warnings all along this entire line, from about Broughton Ridge in Randolph County down to Roanoke. And then it pretty much runs parallel with Highway 431 from Roanoke all the way down to Lafayette, then into northwestern Lee County, back down into Russell and Montgomery County. And you folks on the north end up there, I mean, you're just getting gobs of rain. Things are beginning to let up a little bit from Talladega west up in Talladega County. But anywhere you want to go in Clay County, you're getting soaked. And right there along the Clay County, Randolph County line, where you see the darkest pulsating red, that's just some extremely heavy rainfall. And let me reposition so everybody can see what we're talking about here. Basically from Bremen, Georgia, over to Mount Cheahaw, down across extreme northwest Randolph, and then right down the Randolph-Clay County line, extremely heavy rainfall. And then from just south of Roanoke down to right down 431, down to Lafayette, and then curving back into Elmore County. We have that severe thunderstorm warning that will continue until 7:15. We could have some large hail with this storm, though most of the hail markers right now are only giving us about a 10 to 20% chance of seeing any hail. But up to 3/4 inch hail is possible. The storm is moving to the northeast at around 50 miles per hour. And we could see damaging straight-line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Checking these hail markers again, there's a 30% chance of some hail. Down here on I-85, there's a 40% chance. And a 40% chance down there south of Montgomery as well. But the good news is we lost all the tornado warnings, and we've not had another one since. Dadeville right now. Looks like just a lot of heavy rain. Well, actually, things are improving in Dadeville. Moderate rain falling in Dadeville. It looks like there may be a little lull coming, and then some more moderate rain for another couple of hours probably in Dadeville. Cindy says that she read 7 days after a winter thunderstorm, you would have snow. Huh. I don't know that I've ever heard that one before. Interesting. All right, so what is today? Thursday? So next Thursday, Cindy? Next Thursday or Friday. Hey, we'll give you a little either way, either side of that. Next Thursday or Friday, we are going to be expecting some snow. We'll see. 105 points. Thank you for that report, Paula. Alexander City, you just got moderate rain. You're not really in the area now that we would expect severe weather. There's a little thunder and lightning. You got moderate to heavy rainfall in Alexander City, but the severe threats down here to your southeast now, down here around Waverly and Camp Hill. So Tallapoosa is still officially under the tornado watch, but at this point, I would say Alexander City is in the clear. Yeah, you got Celia. You got some lightning right here in Roanoke, and you're seeing that over here in Rock Mills, and it is coming in your general direction. Yeah, I'm just looking at some discussion in the chat room, and yeah, they had some data problems tonight, and that's why that's why your radios went off for the tornado warning up in Clay and Randolph, and that's why we were late seeing the severe thunderstorm warning here. They're having some data issues. Hopefully they'll get that cleared up real soon. But again, back up here to Rock Mills, lots of lightning. You're seeing that lightning back over toward Roanoke. I know it looks like it's right on top of you, but trust me, it's up in the clouds, and you can see it from quite a distance. But that is moving toward Rock Mills. So you will have some lightning strikes over there. You're going to have some very heavy rainfall over there. That heavy cell now that we were talking about just west of Wadley is now directly over Wadley and up toward Corinth. So raining really heavy over there along the river on Highway 33 over in southwest Randolph County. Highway 431 from about Stroud all the way down to Lafayette. And I want you to look at Lafayette. And that is some heavy rainfall right there, just south of downtown Lafayette, just east of 431. That is just incredible rainfall. Highway 50 from Lynette all the way back up to Lafayette, not a good ride this evening. You're not going to want to try to drive through any of this. So if you're in Lafayette, just stay put until this is over. If you're in Lynette, you don't need to drive back toward Lafayette until this thing passes. Same thing down here in Oak Bowery. Just gobs of rain falling right there on 431. Down there right about Tiger Corner, maybe just a little bit to the southeast of Tiger Corner. I guess they still call that Tiger Corner. That's what I've always called it. And then into northwest Lee County from Auburn all the way back up to Lochapoka and Notasulga. Heavy rainfall. Raining now at Auburn University. Reeltown, heavy rain. Tallahassee got some heavy rainfall, though things should start improving in Tallahassee now. Very heavy rainfall down here around Shorter. I-85, just a complete washout this evening. We have a special weather statement that was just issued. This is a special weather statement for Carroll County of our coverage area. It also goes up into Polk, Haralson, and Paulding. But for you folks in Carroll County, a strong thunderstorm will impact portions of western Paulding, Haralson, western Carroll, and southern Polk counties through 8 p.m. Eastern. 7:14, a line of strong thunderstorms was located along a line extending from Tallapoosa near Lake Wedowee and moving to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. So you folks up there in Carroll County, up there in Carrollton, and that's this line that stretches from about Ranburne up there to the interstate on I-20 down to about Ranburne, and then back into northwest Randolph, right down the western side of Randolph County. Maybe a little hail out there on Highway 48 right at the Randolph-Clay County line, and then it continues on down to around Wadley. That's moving to the east, and then there's a little break in the action, and it picks up again just south of Roanoke, and pretty much runs parallel to 431, and all the way down to Auburn, and then pretty much right along I-85 all the way to Montgomery. And we do have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued. This is the National Weather Service office at Peachtree City. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for western Meriwether County, Troup County, and northwestern Harris County in west central Georgia until 8:15 p.m. Eastern. At 7:17 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Stroud to Auburn University, moving to the northeast at around 45 miles per hour. Locations in the path of this storm include LaGrange, Hamilton, Greenville, West Point, Hogansville, Pine Mountain, Luthersville, Lone Oak, Roosevelt State Park, Mountville. That's about it. So that's a severe thunderstorm warning for Troup County and Meriwether County and Harris County of west central Georgia. Tornado watch continues in East Alabama for Chambers and Lee until 7 p.m. That's about another 39 minutes or so. Well, Tallapoosa, you're officially still in it too, but I can tell you the severe weather threat is exiting southwest Tallapoosa County or southeast Tallapoosa County as we speak. If you are east of this line of red, you're no longer in a severe weather threat. That's the best way to look at it this evening. Opelika in the next 15 to 20 minutes. No, Candace, there are no tornadoes in the storm coming through Randolph County at this time. It's just the extreme southern sections of Randolph are under a severe thunderstorm warning. And that may be, let's see. Yeah, the severe thunderstorm warning goes until 7:15. So a little less than an hour. Actually, I think the severe thunderstorm warning will probably be canceled before then. But really, in Randolph County, it's this spot down here in the southwest corner of the county. Now, they may come back and extend it further north for the rest of this line because that is some very heavy rainfall. There may be some hail involved in it, too, and certainly some gusty winds there. That's okay, Candace. Not a problem. Franklin over in Heard County. Yeah, you got this stuff over in Randolph that's coming your way. So far, they have not included Heard County in any of their advisories or warnings. If you look back into Randolph County, there's just a little bit of a gap right there. Between Wadley and about Welch. And as this thing moves off to the northeast, that's what's going to come right over Franklin. So unless it fills in, Franklin, you may get off okay on this one. Okay, so you're asking about Penton. Yeah, you pretty much are. The heaviest part of the storm is already moved on off to your east. Now you got some more very heavy rainfall back over here around Alexander City that may move into western and northwestern Chambers, but the severe threat's now over in eastern Chambers County, so Pennon should be okay. All right, so the National Weather Service has canceled the tornado watch for Elmore, Montgomery, and Tallapoosa. So Tallapoosa County, you are no longer under the tornado watch. And the tornado watch has been extended for Barber, Bullock, Chambers, Lee, Macon, Pike, and Russell until 8 p.m. That's not going to mean much at all for Chambers County. Or probably not going to mean much for Lee County either because you're going to get released from that thing early. It's kind of a rolling roadblock, the way they do these warnings and these the way they do the watches. So they have extended it, but that's going to be most likely for the counties down to the southeast of the current watch. You folks who are on the northern and northwestern area of the watch box, you're going to get released way before then. And they just released Tallapoosa County, and that'll show up on the screen here in just a few moments. You'll see that purple that is surrounding Tallapoosa County will go away. And we'll continue the tornado watch for Chambers until this line of storms gets on into Georgia, and then Chambers County will be released. And then just as soon as this line of storms makes it all the way through Lee County will be released. That's how it works. The threat is along that line where you see the darkest red. Down here in Chambers, pretty much out of Tallapoosa now except for the extreme southeastern corner, and extending on down into northwestern Lee County. All right, so we had some more data issues here. Let me just read this right quick. That's all technical stuff they're talking about in there. That was going way over my head, so I won't even worry about that. But they're trying to fix the problem. So if you have received some alerts for your county tonight that did not apply, that's because of some data issues from the National Weather Service. They are aware of it, and they're going to see if they can get that fixed. Thunderstorms, any more thunderstorms for Daviston? Yeah, I mean, we got a chance of thunderstorms for the next several hours, but not severe. You certainly will have more periods of moderate to heavy rainfall. And then if you look back over there west of I-65, you see some more lightning. So certainly some more rumbles of thunder are not out of the question for the remainder of the night. But the severe threat is going away with this area of thunderstorms that's moving into Georgia. Whether you see the darkest reds over here in East Alabama and up here in Randolph, up into Carroll, that's where the severe weather threat is, and more so down here on the southern end than up here on the northern end. And as that continues to move off to the east, so shall the severe weather threat. Now, we still got several hours of rain and occasional thunder, gusty winds. All of that will continue probably into at least mid-evening, and down here in Lee County and maybe Chambers County, it may continue on up until around midnight before all the rain is gone. And then there could be some scattered showers even after that. I don't think we completely get the rain out of here, probably. All chance of rain probably won't fade until sometime mid-tomorrow morning. But as far as severe weather is concerned, this is it. This is the show. So as soon as this gets out of our area, no more severe threat for tonight. At least that's the way it's lining up right now. Strong winds in Roanoke. Like I said, there's a gap between the northern end of this southern line and the southern end of the northern line. And that gap is moving right through Roanoke. Probably will move just north of Wedowee. So from Wedowee to Roanoke, I'm not really expecting a whole lot of anything here except for some very heavy rainfall as this line passes through. The Weather Service doesn't think there's much of a severe weather threat up here in Randolph County because they allowed Randolph County to be removed from the tornado watch. So it looks like most of the damage reports we're seeing are out of West Alabama over there around Hale and Sumter counties, Greene County. That's where all this mess started this afternoon. And looks like we did have a tornado in Hale County. The Hale County EMA Director, Russell Whedon, says that there are reports of injuries and entrapments. Hopefully they've been extricated by now. This was the report that came out earlier this evening. In the river area all the way to County Road 50 in Sawyerville. That's over in extreme West Alabama along the Mississippi state line. There are also reports of severely damaged homes along Highway 14 between Coleman Road and County Road 77. Sawyerville, Sawyerville is a population of about 1,800. So it's a relatively small place. Apparently they took the brunt of that tornado over there earlier. That same storm stayed on the ground all the way up to just south of Birmingham. So it kind of a unusual weather setup for us this afternoon. We didn't expect a long track tornado like that, but we got one. Now, everywhere else the tornado touched down was apparently out in rural areas because I haven't heard of any other structural damage. Lots of trees down between Hale County and Bibb County, but not a tremendous amount of damage to homes except for that one report there in Hale County. Yeah, Aniva, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying there, other than it appears that you are expressing your concern for federal funding to the National Weather Service, and that's correct. If you get a chance to talk to any of your representatives, just encourage them to keep an eye out for NOAA or the National Weather Service and make sure their funding sources stay alive because in the United States of America, the National Weather Service is actually charged with watches and warnings, and there are different weather service offices all across the country. Alabama has one in Huntsville, Birmingham, and Mobile. Georgia has Atlanta, and so these guys and gals are understaffed. They need more staffing. Of course, COVID's got something to do with that, but there's a big thing going on right now with their internet and their servers and their bandwidth and their ability to push data. You know, the federal government tries to be very careful in so that they don't compete with private industry, and I understand that to a certain extent. Um, well, I'm just trying to be real careful what I say because that I don't have a dog in that fight, but then again, I do because that's where we get our weather information from. And to be able to pass along good information to you, then that avenue needs to be perfect. And here lately, especially in the last year or so, there's just been issues, data loss issues, bandwidth issues, and it needs to be fixed. And I think it all comes back to technology that's being provided to the National Weather Service offices by funding that comes from the federal government. We just need to do everything we can to support them. So the best thing you can do is get in your representative's ear and tell them we need to make sure we take care of the National Weather Service or NOAA. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate those kind words. That's exactly why we're here. For those of you who don't know me personally, I spent 22 years in Roanoke, Alabama, on broadcast radio covering East Alabama and West Georgia. Weather's my thing, always has been. And with modern technology the way it is, it allows me to be able to do this even though I don't live in East Alabama anymore. I'm up in Northeast Georgia. I still have a huge following down there, which I'm awfully proud of. And with modern technology like it is now, we're able to do this and provide you with the coverage that you so well deserve. Yeah, the map does look kind of angry tonight. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning, which covers a portion of West Georgia all the way down into East Alabama from about Columbus up to LaGrange. And it's for this entire line of thunderstorms, which now stretches from about Franklin, even though it's not severe up there in Hurd, down to LaGrange, just coming in out there at Lee's Crossing. So the winds are picking up, heavy rainfall out there on the west side of LaGrange. And then pretty much stretches down I-85 down to Lynette, Valley, Hughley, Casita, and then to the southwest down to around Opelika, Auburn, then down to around Tuskegee, and then just east of Montgomery or just west of Union Springs. And they're just warning for that entire line as it moves east. And the threat here is damaging straight line winds of 60 miles per hour and possibly some hail. But I think the biggest threat here is going to be the blinding rain. I mean, that's just that's incredible rainfall rates happening right there. So ponding is a serious issue on I-85 now from about the Greenville exit all the way down to just east of Montgomery. So I-85 is just in a horrible mess and will be until this storm passes. And then back to the north and west. Up here in Randolph County, we've got that line's pretty nasty from about Wedowee all the way back up to around Graham and up into Ranburne. That's extremely heavy rainfall right there. As a matter of fact, just north of Wedowee, just east of Wedowee, out here around the high school and up to around New Hope, we may have some hail occurring right there, and that would be the heaviest part of the storm in Randolph County. So let me just probe that right quick. Look at those rainfall rates, would you? My goodness. I mean, 57 dBZs. You know, your average rainstorm, rain shower is between 20 and 30. This is almost 60. Those are some serious rainfall rates right there, just east of downtown Wedowee. And that stretches up to around New Hope, then to Woodland, up to around Newell, Pine Hill, back over toward Graham, Bucktown, up around Ranburne, Hightower, Bowden, you're about to get in on it, and all the way back up to I-20. You know, over here in Heard County from Franklin North, keep an eye on this line over here because it does look like it's intensifying a little bit. I don't anticipate any more severe weather up here, but that's a pretty nasty looking line of storms that just came through Wedowee. All right, so the Weather Service has trimmed off some of Chambers County now from the severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're Lafayette West, you're out of the severe weather threat. If you're Lynette down to Auburn, Opelika, you're still in it. But if you're if you're in Lynette or west of Lynette, you're no longer in the severe weather threat. Will Abanda have any more severe weather tonight? Probably not. You will have more rain, and it'll be breezy from time to time, and you may get some more thunder and lightning, but I think this severe threat's going to continue moving off to the east, and don't look for any more severe threats around the Abanda area. Thank you, Gene White. Here it is, almost Valentine's. Y'all can send me some hearts. I love some candy, too. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate those kind words. Christy says lots of thunder and wind there at West Point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. That's the heaviest part of the storm moving across you right now. No, Roanoke looks pretty good. That line of storms up there in the northeast part of the county is moving away from Roanoke, and then the southern end of the line, which was the other section that was heavy, is now southeast of Roanoke. So Roanoke's okay. This stuff back off to your west is just rain. You know, moderate to occasionally heavy rain, but there's nothing severe over here to the west of Roanoke. Clay County's good. Tallapoosa, Coosa, and Talladega are all good. And if you look back here on the extreme back side of all this, we are beginning to see some lightning strikes from just south of Birmingham back over to around Demopolis. So, you know, some more thunder is certainly possible later on, but the severe weather threat is quickly exiting Alabama with this line of thunderstorms down here in Chambers and Lee County. Thank you, Cecilia. I appreciate that. And by the way, all you guys have got to do is go to the top of any of our daily videos, and there's a link there where you can support us. You can go to drdonwx.com. That's our website to support us. And I'll give you that link right there. All you got to do is click on it, and then the upper right-hand corner of our website, there's a button there that says donate. And this stuff is very expensive. There's a lot of time put into it and computer equipment and subscriptions to weather models and internet equipment, internet subscriptions. You know, we're in the woods up here, so we have to pay for everything, and it's twice as expensive when you're living off-grid. So anything you can do to help us out, we greatly appreciate it. And all you got to do is go to drdonwx.com to do that. Or, you know, if you want to send me a message on Messenger, there are other ways you can support us if you want to. Some folks send us coffee. Some folks send us pecan pies. Or is it pecan? I'm probably going to start a whole nother discussion about that. So, I mean, you know, just send me a message if you want to find out how you can support us. I'll let you know. Appreciate everything everybody does to help us out and keep us going. We're coming up on our, are we really coming up on our 3-year anniversary? Look into that. I think it is, though. Been at it for a while. If you own a business, or if you know someone who does own a business, you can send me a message on Messenger, and that's another great way to support us. We're always looking for more partners here at Dr. Don's Weather, so just send me a message, and I'll tell you how you can go about doing that. Again, I want to welcome Jamie Dukas back with us. He was with us a while back and has come back as a huge supporter of Dr. Don's Weather. He is handling the Alpha Weather Center, taking the spot that Shepherd's Jewelers had for so many years. And we appreciate Jamie doing that. And if you are in the need for insurance, all you got to do is go to the top of any of our videos. There's a link that will carry you over to his website, and you can do all of that without talking to a soul. Or if you'd like to talk to somebody, you can just call him at 256-831-7770. And for everybody that gets a quote, your name goes in a hat for a drawing, and every 2 weeks we're going to give away the Dr. Don Weather app. We're giving away a car freshener, and we're talking about some other giveaways coming this summer. And here's the cool piece. Once your name goes in the hat, once you get a quote, your name does not come out of the hat until you win. So odds are, if you'll get you a quote, no obligation quote's not going to cost you a dime, your name will go in that hat, and you'll stay there until you win. So you might want to do that and show your appreciation to Jamie for supporting us here at Dr. Don's Weather. We couldn't do what we do without their support and your support. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that's how this works. Heavy rainfall at New Hope out there on Highway 48 in Randolph County. And that's this red stuff that just moved through the New Hope area. The good thing about it is that's not very wide, so it's not going to last very long. But it is very heavy rainfall, and that is in the Napoleon area now. It's about to move out of the Woodland area. So you folks over here in northwestern Heard County, get ready. Got some heavy rain headed your way. Well, Miss Vivian, I hope you find your weather cat. Hope maybe your weather cat's just hiding under the bed somewhere. But yeah, the threat has passed you in Davidson, so I think you're going to be just fine there. So folks, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to leave the feed up, but I'm going to take a quick break, about 4 or 5 minutes or so, and then I'll come back. We're going to continue to watch this line of thunderstorms moving through southeastern Chambers and Lee County. It stretches all the way up into Heard and Harris. I'm sorry, it stretches up into Troop and Harris. Those are all counties that we cover, so we're going to watch this until those storms are out of the area. But I'm going to take a quick break. Stay with us. I'll be back. We'll continue our coverage here on Dr. Don's Weather. Stay with us. Once again, good evening, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don with you as we continue our live coverage of severe weather across East Alabama and West Georgia. It is February 3rd, 2022. It is 6:52 p.m. Central as we watch a line of thunderstorms move through Troup County down into extreme southeastern Chambers and also down into central Lee County. It is storming in LaGrange. Things are going to start to improve in LaGrange in the next 15 or 20 minutes or so. Things are been pretty bad there in Lynette, West Point, Valley, Hughley, Casita area. Things will start improving there in the next 30 minutes, and then some terrific rainfall occurring also down there in the Auburn-Opelika area and down in Lee County. We have a new special weather statement. This is going to be from the National Weather Service at Peachtree City. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of central Carroll and northern Heard County through 8 p.m. Radar's indicating a line of heavy thunderstorms over Woodland, Alabama. This was about 5 minutes ago. And that's continuing to move off to the east. And I told you folks that right before I took that quick break, that line was moving on into northern Heard and into Carroll County, and it is doing so. And the Weather Service issuing a special weather statement for that area. So very heavy rainfall over there in West Georgia taking place now. And then that severe thunderstorm warning down here in West Georgia, which covers Meriwether, portions of Meriwether, Troup, and northern Harris County. Now mainly along and east of I-85 is where the heaviest rainfall is occurring right now. And then down in Lee County, from Beans Mill right there along I-85 to the southwest to Opelika and back into Auburn. Down there around Beauregard, very heavy rainfall along 431 from Opelika all the way down to just west of Smith Station. It's coming toward you, though. So you folks down here in Phoenix City, Columbus, you're going to deal with this as it moves on into your area in the next hour or so. But other than that, the severe weather threat has pretty much ended for central and northern Chambers, all of Tallapoosa, Coosa, Talladega, Clay, Randolph, Cleburne. You're all in the clear. And as soon as this line of storms gets out of southeastern Chambers, we'll see Chambers County removed from that tornado watch as well. Actually, over here in Coosa County, we're beginning to see some of the rain break up. And then if you look back over here around I-65, central Alabama, we're beginning to see some lightning strikes over there. So I'm not saying that your thunder and lightning is gone for the rest of the night, but I think the severe weather threat has ended tremendously for most of East Alabama, with the exception of southeastern Chambers over into West Georgia, Troup, and Harris, and then down here in Lee County. The severe threat continues down there for a little while longer. So Becky Baldwin is storm chasing in the Casita-Beulah community. No real tornado threat there. I mean, this line has become linear, meaning that we don't have a lot of breaks in this line where we could possibly see a tornado. I mean, anytime you have a thunderstorm, you can't completely rule out that possibility, but the conditions right there in East Alabama, even though we do have a tornado watch, the conditions are not conducive for the formation of tornadoes right this moment. Karen Key's in the house. Thank you so much, Karen. Mike Pittman tells us LaGrange was getting slammed. Things should be on the upswing there in LaGrange now. Things should be calming down a little bit. Mike is advising the lightning is still pretty intense there in the LaGrange area. We're showing the heaviest lightning down there around West Point and Lynette. And you're probably seeing some of that, even though we do see several flashes up there around LaGrange also. in the last 5 minutes or so. Still getting a few flashes of lightning over here in Chambers County, also just to the east of the 5 Points area. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate those kind words, my friend. And just bear with me. I'm looking at a new aerial forecast discussion from the National Weather Service. That hadn't come up yet. I'm just looking at some of their discussion here in the chat room. And what they're saying is that we still have some low-level shear in West Georgia. And this would be south of I-85. But there's very little instability. So while there is a tornado threat, it is not overwhelming this evening. This is not going to be a red-letter day for severe weather, even though those storms we had this afternoon kind of outperformed themselves. They hung around a little longer than we thought they would. We're just now are kind of shifting our focus over here to middle and southern Georgia because that's where the severe threat is going, even though I don't think it's going to be a significant severe weather threat. We'll see as this storm system moves out of Alabama into Georgia. Lake Harding in the house. Thank you, Mr. Scott Hale. Good to have you in here with us this evening. Right there along the Alabama-Georgia state line on the Chattahoochee. Thanks, Mandy. Appreciate you. Okay, Victoria, are you Victoria Loggins? Said you're checking from the Lumpkin-White County line. Well, that's where I'm at. Apparently, you already know that, or you wouldn't have said that, I don't think. I'm up on the side of Walker Mountain. I don't know that we've talked before, but welcome to our broadcast. Yeah, I'm up here in northeast Georgia, so obviously I'm keeping an eye on what's going on up here. But I cater to East Alabama and West Georgia because that's where I'm from. Spent many years down there on broadcast radio in East Alabama and West Georgia. And with modern technology the way it is, able to provide them with coverage that they don't get from either Birmingham or Atlanta. So that part of East Alabama and West Georgia is kind of out there, no man's land between Birmingham and Atlanta. And so we're able to give them the same type of coverage that the big cities get from the major market television stations. Hopefully, we can continue to do that. But let's look at northeast Georgia right quick. So there's the Lumpkin County, White County line. There's Hall County. I'm sitting right down here in the corner of southwest White County on the side of Walker Mountain. And as you can see, we got some very heavy rainfall off to our west from about Dahlonega down to Cumming and back over toward Rome and Ellijay to the north, Blue Ridge. All of that stuff's moving off to the east. So it's been raining up here since, last night sometime. And we got more heavy rain coming. So creek's already out of the banks up here. I don't think that's going to get any better anytime soon. Thank you, Victoria. I appreciate that. So Cher's reporting some heavy rain down there in Beauregard. We were just talking about that. That's that line The leading edge of that line moving into the Beauregard area down there in southern Lee County. It's just now starting in Beauregard, so that line's got to get all the way through your area before it's going to get any better. There's Beauregard, and you can see the line stretches all the way back, basically up to Auburn, Lochapoka, maybe down to Beehive, back to the I-85 corridor. So this stuff's moving to the east-northeast, so what's coming at you would be this area down here to your southwest, and you see it stretches down there pretty good ways. So you probably got heavy rain and wind for at least another 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes or so. And then after that, you're going to have rain the rest of the night, but shouldn't be anything as heavy as what you've got right now. So if you're just joining us, it is 7:03 p.m. Central. I'm Dr. Don. We are continuing our live coverage from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent, the Southern Union State Community College Severe Weather Center. We're watching this line of thunderstorms move through East Alabama, now moving into West Georgia. And just as soon as we get these storms on over into Georgia, we'll be wrapping things up. But we wanted to stay with this a little while longer just in case we get any more of these storms ramping back up. So far, we lost our 2 tornado warnings about an hour or so ago back over here in Tallapoosa County and Elmore County. Since then, we have not had any more tornado warnings, which is a good sign that all of this is calming down. Even though if you're under this line of storms, you're like, what's he talking about? This is pretty rough. It is from a rain standpoint, a lightning standpoint, and a wind standpoint, but we just have not seen the tornado threat in the last hour like we did earlier this afternoon when this line of storms was over in central Alabama and west Alabama. So that's kind of what we're watching for to make sure that we don't have any upticks on any of these storms. These storms this afternoon are what's called cyclic storms, which means that they pulsate or they go through cycles. Since we lost the tornado warnings about an hour or so ago, we haven't seen those cycles continue. So that's an encouraging sign that these storms at least are not tornadic this evening, and we hope that it stays that way. I would anticipate Chambers County being dropped from the tornado watch probably within the next 30 minutes or less. Valley, you're on the tail end of this thing right now as far as the heavy rain is concerned. I'll zoom in so you can see. There's Valley. You still got heavy rain falling right now, but the back side of it's over here around I-85. So another 15 minutes. I think the heaviest of the rain will have moved on off to your east, and the severe threat will be steadily declining for Valley in the next 20 minutes or so. So our plan at the moment, it's 7:07. Unless we get another warning, we're going to wrap this up at about 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. That's going to be the plan moving forward. So if you've got any questions or comments that you want me to see in the chat room, go ahead and put them in there now, because we're going to try to wind this thing down here in the next 5 minutes or so. And we'll continue to watch very closely. And I mean, if anything were to change, then obviously I'll be back with you immediately. Still beginning to see some pretty good lightning output. This frame that you're looking at, we've had about 42 lightning strikes in the last 3 minutes. But that covers the entire eastern Alabama area and even into West Georgia. So even though that sounds like a lot, that really isn't for this larger area. Wadley, you just got a heavy rain that's going to continue for several more hours. Moderate to heavy rain. It won't be heavy rain the entire time. But the severe threat has ended up there in Randolph County for the night. Thank you, Miss Kathleen. I appreciate your kind words. Thank you, Valerie, in War Eagle. We have become basketball fans, by the way. Oh, and gymnastics. And we're waiting for baseball season to start. Sharon's asking about the stuff behind all of this. Does that mean thunderstorms again? It means that you may hear a rumble of thunder for the remainder of the night, up until around midnight. But as far as severe thunderstorms are concerned, I don't think so. You've got some more heavy rain knocking on your door right there in Alexander City now. That's where Sharon is. So if you look to your southwest, that's what's coming toward Alexander City. From right here at Alexander City, all the way back down to the southwest, down there to into Autauga County. That's what's going to move over Alexander City. Right now, there is no lightning in that. You've got a few lightning strikes off to your east, over there north of Waverly. But the backside of the rain is all the way down there around Selma. Let me go back to Birmingham radar, though. Yeah, it gives you a better look at what's coming. But there's nothing severe down there. See, let me zoom out. The only severe warnings we have right now is along this line that's over here in East Alabama and West Georgia. We've lost all the warnings down here in Southwest Alabama. These green boxes are flash flood warnings or aerial flood warnings. And then those counties inside the purple, that's where your tornado watch remains. So what they're doing is they're warning and they're advising for the leading edge of this line of thunderstorms. Everything behind it is well below severe limits. So to Sharon's question, yes, you're going to get more rain throughout the night. There could be an occasional strike of lightning. It could be breezy from time to time. And that's going to be the case for all of East Alabama and West Georgia as we go through the overnight. I think by 9 or 10 p.m., maybe 11 p.m., the rain will probably start to come to an end across East Alabama. And then by midnight, I think the rain is pretty much gone out of West Georgia. And then a scattered shower or two cannot be ruled out through mid-morning tomorrow. And then we stay mostly cloudy for the remainder of the day. And then we go to mostly sunny skies by Saturday and Sunday. It'll cool off a little bit. Tiffany, you're on the back side of that heavy line that's moving through Beauregard now. So another 10 or 15 minutes, and you'll be out of that severe threat as well. Upper Omaha, Randolph County. Well, I know where Omaha is. I just don't know that I ever knew that there was an Upper Omaha as opposed to Lower Omaha. Mark, that's pretty good right there. So that would be Metro Omaha, I guess. Yeah, just heavy rain. You got lots of it over there in Randolph County, and that's going to continue for a while longer tonight. You know, we are under a flash flood watch. The entire area remains under a flash flood watch through 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So flash flooding, a definite possibility throughout the remainder of the night. Well, Vivian makes a good point. Anytime there are thunderstorms in the area, you should remain alert. Always be weather aware. Anytime there is a weather system in the area. But we can tell you what modern technology is telling us is the trend behind that main line is that no more severe weather. Unless you're in front of that main line or in the middle of it. That's where the severe threat continues. Back behind it, lots of rain, thunder and lightning from time to time, and maybe some gusty winds, but should not see a tornado threat back there. We haven't seen any warnings issued behind the line all day long. It's just been along the leading edge and in advance of it. All right, so we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is getting outside of our coverage area, but since we're watching it, I'll give it to you. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Spalding County, Meriwether County, Pike County, northwestern Upson, northwestern Talbot, and northwestern Harris County. These are all in west central Georgia. This warning is in effect until 9 p.m. At 8:10, a severe thunderstorm is located along a line extending from near Greenville to near Hamilton, moving to the east at 45 miles per hour. So this will get Griffin, Zebulon, Hamilton, Greenville, Manchester, Pine Mountain, Woodbury, Luthersville, Warm Springs area of west central Georgia. That's for this leading line of thunderstorms here. That's about to move out of Troup County. We've still got a pretty good chunk of Harris County that's receiving the storm. And down here in southern Lee County from about Beauregard all the way over to around Pell City. And I got to tell you, this line has really slowed down a good bit, though we just lost the severe thunderstorm warning for the southern end of this storm. So there you go, folks. We have no more severe thunderstorm warnings. We have no warnings at all in our coverage area now. We do have a tornado watch that is officially still in effect for Chambers County. That goes until 8 p.m., which is about another 45 minutes, but I would expect Chambers to be released from that tornado watch at any moment. Lee County will probably stay in it until 8 o'clock. Then we have that one severe thunderstorm warning over here in West Georgia. Other than that, the severe weather threat has subsided significantly across East Alabama. Though the rain is going to continue for quite a few more hours, maybe another 2 hours, 2.5 hours for some sections down here in the southeastern part of the state. But you can see the rain stretching all the way back down into southern Mississippi, and it's all moving to the northeast. We'll put this thing in motion, and you can kind of see the direction we're talking about. It's just the rain is training over the same locations. So I think this goes from a severe weather threat to a flooding threat now for East Alabama and West Georgia as we go through the next couple of 2 or 3 hours. Don't be out there driving on the roadways unless you absolutely have to. And even then, be extremely careful. Ponding on the roadway is going to be a definite problem for the next couple of hours. So that is going to wrap it up for our severe weather coverage this evening. We appreciate you folks who have stayed in here with us. If you would like to support us, all you have to do is go to our website. It is drdonwx.com. There is a donate button there on the home page. All you have to do is click on it. It's quick, it's fast, it's secure, and we appreciate any support that you can give us. And as always, you can count on us to be here with you during severe weather threats across East Alabama and West Georgia. It's a little unusual. I had to blow the dust off of the severe weather information because we don't normally deal with severe weather in February. It's normally winter weather that we're talking about in February. And I hope this is not a sign of things to come for this spring. Though I did look at some long-range forecasts today, and there is an indication that we may have a very active severe weather season coming up in the next couple of, starting at the end of this month, really hitting the peak in mid-March and all the way through April and into early May. So we'll see, but you can count on us being here with you if that does transpire. We'll have coverage for you here on Dr. Don's Weather, thanks to Southern Union State Community College. They are our Severe Weather Center sponsor. And also Jamie Dukas, your Alpha Insurance agent. They are our Weather Center sponsor. Without these folks and all of those folks that you see scrolling on the bottom of the screen, we could not do this. We also depend on your support, so please consider supporting us at drdonwx.com. I'll be back in here with you first thing tomorrow morning with your primetime forecast. Oh, don't forget, we have started a fast forecast on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram account, please follow us at DRDONWX on Instagram. It's your weather forecast in 60 seconds or less. We post that every morning along with our primetime forecast, which is a more in-depth look at your weather on Facebook, YouTube, and Dr. Don's Weather at drdonwx.com. And we also do the Lake Wedowee forecast now. It is back, thanks to Finch Realty for sponsoring that. We post that every morning. And, of course, you can hear our weather forecast daily on God's Country and the Classic across Central and East Alabama. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning. I'm going to go enjoy a rainy night in Georgia. We'll see you back in here tomorrow. Bye now.